Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I can't even say it's been a minute because it's been a hell of a lot longer than that, but that's okay because we're back. And I really want to talk about this. Guys, I meant to do videos throughout the process of this, and I mean before and during, and I was supposed to do after. However, we only made it to the after. Charge it to my head, not my heart, but we're gonna go through everything because I want to talk about the who, what, when, where, and why of this process. So as of today, Thursday, January 21st, I am exactly 7 weeks post-op of my breast reduction surgery. My surgery was Thursday, December 3rd of 2020. So yeah, I'm 7 weeks, almost 2 months. That time has gone by really fast. But I want to talk about it all. Getting a breast reduction was not a spur of the moment decision. It didn't even come to me just last year. Last year is just when I decided to finally go through with it. I had actually been considering it for years, kind of on and off. So I had like a love-hate relationship with my breasts. Sometimes I really love them. They look great in clothes or whatever I was wearing, or I could make them look great in clothes with all the tips and tricks and hacks, you know, from big breasted girls, you know, you're gonna have to come up with some tips because everything doesn't work like it does for smaller breasted people. So I knew all the tricks, I did them, but over the time, I would say over like the last, prior to the surgery, maybe like a year and a half, it was actually starting to become uncomfortable. So by the time I decided to have it, it was like 50% want, 50% need, because it was actually starting to cause discomfort. So I had gotten to like a size 30, I was teetering around like a 36, 38 G/H. And when I started to teeter into that H, when I started to notice I'm looking for sizes in that range, I was like, okay, I cannot deal with them getting any bigger. And then I think about the fact I don't have any children, and people say that, you know, when you have children, they get bigger. And I cannot imagine that if eventually I had children, that they would be any bigger than that. So I didn't want to go through or witness them getting any bigger if they were going to. So enough was enough for me. So I made arrangements for my consultation. My consultation was actually originally supposed to be like last April. And then because of COVID, it got pushed back to June. And then my insurance covered all of it. The only thing that I had to pay was like a hospital copay of like $200, but that was more than fine. I was willing to pay the money. I would have paid more because that's how much I wanted it done, but my insurance pretty much covered it all. So I was very happy with that process and thankful for it. So after I had my consultation in June, just the type of insurance that I had, they said, because I had actually never been to a doctor about discomfort or issues with it, some insurances are different, so you have to look into what yours requires if you're going to go through insurance. Some require you to go to chiropractors first, some require you to go to a primary care doctor several times, just kind of document that you've been having issues in there, where mine didn't. So the only thing that they said is that I had to have 3 months of what they call conservative care, which is saying basically I let my doctor know I was having issues. They give me 3 months of recommendations of things to do or to try first before we go the surgery route. My doctor is great. She was very honest with me. She's like, there's nothing I can recommend for you. If you're having discomfort, you're gonna have discomfort. So we'll wait the 3 months. I'll write the letter so you can get the insurance to approve it. And that's exactly what happened. We waited 3 months. I did want to make sure I waited past the summertime. I didn't know COVID was going to be what it was, but I was worried about, I didn't want to be in recovery or limited during the summer. So, but the type of summer that we had because of COVID, it probably wouldn't have made a difference. And then when I started to get towards the end of the year anyway, it just kind of worked out that we were able to schedule my surgery at the beginning of December, which I thought was a great time. It's the end of the year, not really going anywhere, not really doing much. So we scheduled it for the first week of December. They recommended 3 weeks for me to take off of work for recovery, which was perfect. I think that's the right amount of time. Some people go back to work sooner than that. Maybe it depends on what you do, and I didn't do anything physically strenuous, but I think 3 weeks is a perfect amount of time to just not overdo it. It's surgery, your body's being open. Then again, we're also going through COVID, so you know, you don't want to be in that atmosphere while your body's been open and you're more susceptible to you know, contracting anything, diseases, germs, anything like that. So I think 3 weeks is perfect. Yeah, so my doctor, his name was Dr. Neil Zimmel. He is at Richmond Aesthetic Surgery in Short Pump in Virginia. He was great. How I chose my doctor is I had actually, a couple years ago, some women that I actually worked with, I had personal recommendations. I worked with 2 ladies that had actually been to him and recommended him highly. And then another lady, her daughter had went to him and recommended him highly. So that personal reference when it comes to something like surgery is very important. Like I can get on Google all day long. I can look for reviews or what have you, but that personal reference for something like this, you want to be sure. So, you know, I trusted these women definitely. So I wanted to go to this doctor. I actually wanted to go see him years ago. The job that I had years ago, he was not with the network of that insurance. So that's why I didn't go then. Being a network is going to come in very handy, and it's very important because, like I said, these costs, when I look at the after costs of the surgery, like the bills, I had a letter that came in the mail that actually said the whole process, because with my surgery, I actually had to stay overnight the first night. They charged my insurance $31,000 for a total of the entire, you know what I mean? So put that into perspective for you. The insurance is a big and important part. So you definitely want to make sure that doctor is with a network that's going to give you the best financial benefits. Unless you just got it like that, go for it. I don't care. So basically how the surgery went the first day, like I said, they had already told me at the consultation that the first day they do keep you overnight in the hospital. They want to be able to monitor you, make sure everything is going well. So I did, stayed in the hospital overnight. When I left, I did have drain bags on each side. Some people, depending on where they go, they don't have to stay overnight. They don't have to have the drain bags. Sometimes they need them immediately. Sometimes they have to go back and get drain bags. So I would rather have them at first instead of having to go back and get them. But the healing process itself truly was not that difficult. It really wasn't. Like, I think I was kind of tensing up in the beginning. Let me start off by saying I was never in really severe pain at any point, even from the very first day and still being in the hospital. Discomfort, yes. You know, they still felt a little swollen and tender and things like that, but I was never in severe pain. Like they give you a bottle full, or prescribe a bottle full of painkillers, and I took them maybe a couple of I had pain medication the first day, maybe a couple of times while I was in the hospital. The next day after I got my prescription, I maybe took them a couple of times, and then by the second day I took them once, and that was it. I didn't take them anymore. Also because they're opiates, I didn't want to get in the habit of, you know, taking too much of that. I want to get hooked onto that, but I realized also that I didn't need it. It was just tenderness and soreness, but it wasn't pain. So I was okay. Also, I think I was just trying to get some of the discomfort that I was having and soreness is because I was tensing up a lot when I was walking. And I think because I was just like afraid to relax. I don't know. Or either I was getting used to just the new body, and maybe my body wasn't used to having so much weight in the same place that we once had. So, you know, I don't know, but that was probably the hardest part. I was probably up and driving within I want to say like a week and a half. 4 days after 4 or 5 days after my surgery was my first follow-up appointment. And they took the drain bags out. That hurt. Pretty much they're inserted on the side. They make an incision and insert it on the side. The only way for them to take them out, they said it was 2 nurses in there, and it was one on each side, and they said take a deep breath, let it out slow, and at the same time they pulled them out. So it was quick, but it hurt coming out. But then that was it. And then I had another follow-up appointment a week after that, and I could drive myself to that appointment by then. So that was about a week and a half later. I just had my second follow-up appointment last week. And I don't have to have another one for another couple of months. But let's just get into the results of it all. So now the healing process for a breast reduction, they tell you that you're not really going to know what your size is for months. I can't wear bras that have underwire, which is fine, baby, because the fact that I'm even in a size where I can wear a bra that doesn't have underwire is a miracle in itself. So trust me, I'm not complaining. I'm okay with that. I did find like a bra that was actually bra size, because a lot of bras that don't have underwire, like small, medium, large, extra large, like bralettes kind of. But they do have some that are bra size, and I tried one on that was like a 38C, and the cup seemed to fit perfectly. But I also know that my breasts are not completely settled. They're not fully the size that they're going to be, but as of about where we are right now, that's about the range, I guess I could say. But then I tried a 38C in another brand and it didn't fit. So, but that's always a thing with bras when it comes down to brands. You know, it can be different. It can fit you. Give you an idea of kind of where I am now. So going from like a G/H to like a C or D or wherever I am right now, I'm so happy. Like, it's such a big difference. Like I said, I wish I would have done this sooner. So I kind of wore this top just so you guys can kind of see what I'm working with now, but it is great. It is a life changer. Just to be able to try on different things, and like, I don't have to wear bras with them. Like, I don't have a bra on with this. Some things, maybe you need some pasties if it's see-through, but to think that that's the most that I need to be able to go outside, baby, I can live with this. Do you understand? Like, I can live with this. There was no such thing as going outside with no bra on in the size that I was before, unless I wanted to look crazy, and I don't want to look crazy. So some extra sturdy breast tape. I mean, like, I need a reinforcement. Like, there was no going outside. So, I mean, it just makes a world of a difference, because I keep trying on clothes. I keep trying on clothes that I've already had just because they look so different now. I could not wait to shop and buy new clothes for the new size that I am. And it just looks amazing. I mean, it's just like being carefree. Like, it is a feeling I cannot describe. You can only experience it for yourself if you can experience it. Like, if you already have small boobs, it's that feeling. Or you don't understand the miracle that you have already. Like, if you've been wishing for bigger boobs, don't. They come with a lot of responsibility. They come with a lot of I don't know what to tell you, but don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype, because you have to think about it. It's weight sitting in one spot on your chest, in one spot. Like, it's not going anywhere, so it becomes uncomfortable after a while. So I love where I am. I love the results. As far as some of the after effects, because some women go through different different experiences with their recovery. So for some of them, as far as like feeling coming back, my left side was like my golden side, okay? This one just, it heals faster, they're still in the healing process, of course, but it healed a lot faster. It just looked better. I don't know what it was. They always say you have a good side and a bad side. My left side is my good side, apparently, because it just healed a lot faster. It was doing well. The feeling came back pretty quick. So all the feeling has come back in the whole breast, including the nipple. On the right side, it was slower to come back in the breast, but it's in the breast, but not in the nipple yet. Now, they do also tell you that you do run the risk of the feeling never coming back in certain spots. So I'm hoping that comes back. I actually care less if it does. It will not make me feel any less about the results, because I love the results. I don't even care, whatever. But sometimes it just takes longer. Sometimes it can take months. Sometimes it can take a year. It is what it is. I think it's starting to come back slowly, but that's fine. Like I said, it's not a deal breaker. I don't regret any decision that I made in this. I would absolutely do it again. But it really was not a difficult process. The healing process was not hard. At least for me. I watched a ton of videos for information on prep, during the process, after the process, healing, months after, years after, whatever. I mean, I watched them all over and over again. But again, in an experience like surgery, and this is my first surgery or procedure of any sort. I don't just mean like cosmetically, I mean in general. Like, I just had never had one. So it was very, very easy for me. I guess I have a high tolerance for pain. I don't know. Because when I first told the nurse that I had stopped taking my pain medication, she was like, "What? Already?" And I'm like, yeah, I stopped taking it days ago. I don't need it. So only you know your body, only you know what you can put yourself through. But I absolutely thinking about doing this or inconsidering it or being scared or whatever the case is. Don't be scared. Please don't do it. Absolutely not regret it. And if nothing goes wrong, you won't regret it. Decisions I have never made. I mean, I can go teacups, all jobs, whatever. Oh my God, I can't believe it's cemetery. Y'all even because if anybody has thought I have been a problem, y'all have not seen me. I'm going to be outside. I'm gonna get tired of seeing my boobs, my boob top, okay? I had to go through all of this to get it. The world's going to see. I'm not gonna be able to but yeah, so I think I have most of the key points of it. Oh, one big thing too, what I've seen a lot of people recommend for scars and scarring. I do have scarring, but it's not like severe. So the scarring doesn't really bother me either. It's kind of light. But one thing that's been recommended highly to help with scars is called Mederma. I just started using that maybe 2 weeks ago. You have to wait at least 4 to start using scar creams or anything like that on them. So, things like getting scars takes time. The scars where they are right now, they're not severe. Like, I'll wear things and personally, I don't care. When I tell you the results outweigh anything that you could because it's such a big difference and the benefits outweigh those benefits so much. Some people say that they maybe look insecure about those whatever, and you might be, you can even ask me about stuff. I'll tell you, my life has changed as of December 2020. Okay? But again, I think I hit most of the key points and the major points that you probably want to know, or be curious about. If I didn't hit anything, if I missed something, if it's something you want to know or ask me about specifically, please comment down below. I'll absolutely give you any information I know. If I would recommend you to something for something, to the doctor, I mean, just let me know. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns,